Hey, good afternoon. What's going on? Enjoying a peaceful Sabbath here. I said I was going to share some things with you yesterday when I was out walking around the yard. In the coming days, I'll just share some of the things that I've learned in somewhere around 23 years of study on spiritual issues, why we do some of the things we do, things like that. I'm not here to attack anybody. I'm not here to debate with you. If we get into anything like that, I'll just give you the things that I studied, and I'll ask you to study it. And I know you study the same things I studied, and you're going to find the same things I found, and we can talk about it. That's one of my favorite subjects. But so I figured I'd start with Sabbath, a gift that Yahuwah gave us to share with Him. And it's the one thing that we know that when we do it on the seventh day of the week, we know that it's something that we're doing at the same time Yahuwah is doing it. That's part of the reason I like it so much, is because it's something that I can share, we can share with Yahuwah. So just showing you, even in the secular world, that because there's a lot of teachers out there that teach it's on Sunday, which I'll explain where that came from. But as you can see, even in the secular world, starting with Sunday, the first day of the week, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Saturday being the seventh day. Even in the secular world, it's just a fact that you can't get around. Again, I'll teach you in the days to come where Sunday came from. It has a rock solid historic beginning that is not. I mean, you can read it. It's in history. It's part of our history. It's just part of American history, or not American history, but a part of world history. So I'll show you where it's written, and I am reading out of Torah, which I know a lot of people think is for the Jews only. But you got to remember, after Yahushua's sacrifice, we all became one. Number one. Number two, it's an excellent companion book with King James scripture. King James is kind of like a 30,000 foot view. Torah is kind of the ground level. It goes into more detail. It will help you to understand scripture better. So it's wonderful. But right in Deuteronomy 5 and Torah, it is written when he's talking, when Moses is talking to the Israelites on the pact that Yahuwah gave him to give to Israel. Observe the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Keep it Kadesh, or holy, separate, as Yahuwah has commanded you. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath of Yahuwah. You shall not do any work. It's simple. It tells you the day, the seventh day, and it tells you what to do or not to do. Not do any work. And a lot of people have argued, well, we don't. That's the Old Testament, which is another thing that's made up. It's all one scripture. And yes, you have pre and post sacrifice of Yahushua. But right here it is written again. You don't just abolish and throw stuff away. It says, and this is the instruction, the laws, and the rules that Yahuwah has commanded to impart to you, to be observed in the land that you are about to cross into and occupy, so that you, your children, and your children's children may revere Yahuwah and follow as long as you live all his laws and commandments that I enjoin upon you, to the end that you may long endure. And it goes on. I'm not trying to keep anything out. It goes on. Obey, O Israel, willfully, and it goes into, be happy about it. Don't be laborsome about it. But it does say to the end. It's not something it's not something you just throw away. It's not. We still need to follow this, and there's lots of things in there about Sabbath and keeping the commandments. It's a good study. It's something that would be worth your while. It's something that's mentioned every once in a while, with Christian preachers, but it's not something that's taught really. But so it would be worthwhile. Be worthwhile to do a study on the Ten Commandments and Sabbath to find out those things. There's a good book by Lou White. Hang on a second. It's called Fossilized Customs. I don't know if that's backwards or not. It probably is, but Fossilized Customs by Lou White. Good place to start. Lou White's written many books. You can find any of his stuff on TorahZone.net. Wonderful place to start. It's got a lot of great stuff in it, all scripturally based. He doesn't go out, crazy or anything. And he doesn't ask you for anything. You got to pay for the book. They're not expensive. You're just paying for the cost of having them printed. But he's not trying to get tithe money, which we'll get into that too. He's not trying to take your money. He's not trying to get you to come to a building. He's just spreading the truth, which is exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm showing you what I found. And I welcome anybody to, to talk about it. It's what we're here for. This is what we're here for. We're here to spread this word. You're here to choose teams. You can choose the leader of this Eretz, the earth, or you can choose Yahuwah. We're in a battle right now. You know that with this administration that's in place. They're going to a whole nother level, and they're not stopping. Anyway, that's all I got for now. So we'll see you Monday morning. We'll get back on that 50 Chevrolet. Later.